the unexplainable revelation message in the world. Can we be forgiven of sins by reading the Bible? Hebrews chapter 10 verse 9, Then he said, Here I am, I have come to do your will. He sets aside the first to establish the second. For the Levitical priesthood, for on the basis of it the law was given to the people. Let us look at this law. Hebrews chapter 10 verse 1, The law is only a shadow of the good things that are coming, not the realities themselves. For this reason, it can never, by the same sacrifices repeated endlessly year after year, make perfect those who draw near to worship. The law is only a shadow of the good things. A shadow means that it is not the actual, true image, but it is the knowledge that sin is alive in man, so that no one can claim to be worthy of doing God's will before him. See Romans chapter 3 verse 19-20. Now we know that whatever the law says, it says to those who are under the law, so that every mouth may be silenced and the whole world held accountable to God. Therefore no one will be declared righteous in his sight by observing the law. Rather, through the law we become conscious of sin. Romans chapter 7 verse 9-11, Once I was alive apart from law, but when the commandment came, sin sprang to life and I died. I found that the very commandment that was intended to bring life actually brought death. For sin, seizing the opportunity afforded by the commandment, deceived me, and through the commandment put me to death. Verse 15, I do not understand what I do. For what I want to do I do not do, but what I hate I do. Verse 17, As it is no longer I myself who do it, but it is sin living in me. Verse 20, Now if I do what I do not want to do, it is no longer I who do it, but it is sin living in me that does it. And because the sacrifices were made with the blood of animals, the realities themselves could not be revealed. The realities themselves is because Jesus sacrificed his own blood and laid down his own life to make himself a sacrifice. To demonstrate God's justice, shows that only those who take up the cross and follow it are worthy to carry out the will of God. See Romans chapter 3 verse 21-25. But now a righteousness from God, apart from law, has been made known, to which the law and the prophets testify. This righteousness from God comes through faith in Jesus Christ to all who believe. There is no difference, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and are justified freely by his grace through the redemption that came by Christ Jesus. God presented him as a sacrifice of atonement, through faith in his blood. He did this to demonstrate his justice, because in his forbearance he had left the sins committed beforehand unpunished. He sets aside the first to establish the second, is to remove the smell of death, and to establish the last as the fragrance of life. The smell of death was taught by the Pharisees. See 2 Corinthians 2:15-16. For we are to God the aroma of Christ among those who are being saved and those who are perishing. To the one we are the smell of death, to the other, the fragrance of life. And who is equal to such a task? Meaning, the words of the law are called to death. The fragrance of life comes from the law of Christ. 2 Corinthians 3-6, He has made us competent as ministers of a new covenant, not of the letter but of the Spirit. For the letter kills, but the Spirit gives life. Galatians chapter 6 verse 2-3, Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. If anyone thinks he is something when he is nothing, he deceives himself. The light of revelation shines to the ends of the earth.